In addition to the discussion about biosecurity and being observant, we can also put in there mortality, right? So we're clearly talking about disease management and disease identification, because the sooner we identify a disease, that means we can put a treatment plan in place to try to minimize its impact within a facility. But what are some key things beyond just being observant and practicing good biosecurity that you think are important for that wean to finish mortality?
Yeah. So I wanted to share some numbers with you to help kind of set the stage with this just a little bit. We have this small research barn here. We're very lucky. We bring 250 nursery pigs in at a time, and we're fortunate they're PRRS naive, so they're very healthy, And I looked at the last 8 years worth of data for our mortality rate, and our wean to finish mortality for that time period was 3.65%. Okay. Now I'm telling you this. If I was going to brag on somebody, I'd be bragging on my students that work here, not me. But I say this because this is what's important about that number. High health status, PRRS naive, 25 pigs to a pen, normal square footage. So they're not baby. They're not in some kind of research thing that way. They get fed the budgeted diets, so they get fed the right diet based on their weights. But when we look at those pigs, those mortality reasons, that 3.65%, almost none of those pigs could have been prevented or saved. Okay, so when we set mortality targets, 0 is a ridiculous number to propose to somebody. And I know as veterinarians, we know that, and as production people, we know that, but we need to remind sometimes the bean counters that, that is not going to happen. And I use this example of, okay, under really pretty well-controlled situation, we can't get it much less than 3.5% because it's things like broken legs, unknown pigs that drop over dead. It's all, it's all those kind of things. So when we set these targets, that's the first thing we need to do. Number two, I was looking at MetaFarms data, and their average wean to market was 5.19. So pretty good, okay? But I also saw some data about 3 months ago, but it was a lot of animals, and the average mortality was 13%, okay? And here's what I believe. I believe, our sow industry is getting a lot of attention about the mortality rates, and it should. But our wean to finish has a lot bigger problem, I think, than we're acknowledging in our industry. I think it's a lot worse. I think it has to do with a whole bunch of things, and we can talk about those. But I mean, think about that, Laura. 13% in a large data set of pigs.